Breaking tonight, Donald Trump's legal team has been informed that Trump is, in fact, the target of the special counsel investigation. What's that mean? It means that the special counsel is looking at him with an interest in charging him. Telling somebody that is upping the stakes for that person. There's no question about it. But how much? Now, what goes with that, which I think is much more interesting, okay, because I can explain to you what the other one means. I can't explain what this means because we don't know enough. Former Chief of Staff Mark Meadows. It's being reported that he flipped on his former boss. That means that he went bad on him, meaning he gave testimony that is bad for Trump. Do we know that simply because he testified? Maybe in exchange for legal immunity. And I got to say maybe there also. Why? Because Meadows' counsel said there's no plea coming from Meadows, meaning he's not pleading guilty. But he didn't say anything about immunity. Now, some in the media are reading him not talking about it to mean that there must be immunity. I don't know that, okay? And there's no reason to guess because you're going to find out soon enough. So let's bring in one of Trump's former impeachment attorneys, the author of Get Trump, and one of the best minds in the business, Harvard Law Professor Emeritus Alan Dershowitz. Professor, good to see you.
Good to see you. Thank you.
So take me through a little horn book first here. One, if they say you're the target of an investigation, what are they telling you?
You will be indicted unless your lawyers can persuade us that we made a mistake. But it has shifted to the presumption is now strongly in favor of he will be indicted unless, instead of he won't be indicted unless.
So his lawyers went in and spoke to them already. And then word came out of this is just reporting timing, meaning they told him he was a target first and then the lawyers came in? Or did the lawyers come in and then they sent him the letter afterward, meaning that they weren't sufficiently convinced by the lawyers?
Whenever lawyers go in, they know their client's in trouble and they usually are seeking some way out. So I suspect the lawyers knew he was either a target or about to become a target, and that's why they came in. And so I think the odds are that he will be indicted. I predicted in my book, Get Trump, that he would not be indicted for mere possession of classified material, for merely making the phone call in Fulton County, or for making the January 6th speech. In each case, they're looking for obstruction of justice type material to go around those core crimes and to indict him for process crimes. And so I think he will be indicted for obstruction of the investigation of the classified material possession.
Meadows flipping means what it sounds like, which is he went bad on him. Testifying, even if there is immunity involved, that doesn't necessarily mean he flipped, does it? Or you wouldn't get the immunity if you didn't give them information that helped them go after Trump.
It depends how strong the case is. If the case is very strong, there has to be a quid pro quo. You have to testify. You have to give us the information we want. As we know, prosecutors not only can get witnesses to sing, they can sometimes even get them to compose and to make up stories. That's a real risk. The problem here with the prosecution is that the privilege, the executive privilege, does not belong to Meadows, nor does it belong to Joe Biden. It belongs to the incumbent of the Oval Office at the time the statements were made. So if President Trump were to be indicted on the basis of executive privilege material testified to by Meadows, he would have standing to raise those issues and get that testimony excluded.
Well, you'd have to go to SCOTUS with that. You'd have to go to the Supreme Court with that. But would prosecutors, they know that, so would prosecutors rely on Meadows, who was giving them privileged information, to indict?
They might, because the executive privilege is not as strong as, for example, lawyer-client privilege. And so they might think they would have a shot at winning at the Court of Appeals, and maybe the Supreme Court would deny cert. You can also use privileged material to gather other material. And so the fruit of the poisonous tree doesn't necessarily apply to executive privilege in the same way it does to, for example, Fourth Amendment violations. This is a law school seminar.
Right.
This whole class has so many issues on all sides. And the one area where I happen to agree with O'Reilly over you is you don't get this on CNN. On CNN, you get one side of the story. You only get the anti-Trump side, especially since you're gone. You and a couple of other people at CNN were prepared to present both sides of the story, having debates between me and other people like that. That stopped. Now, for the most part, you get no real legal analysis on either extreme side.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of News Nation's fact-driven coverage.